Welcome back to Paperbacks and Passports, our travel vlog across Southeast Asia. This is the second part of our slow boat border crossing from Thailand to Laos. Make sure you check out the first part in the card. What an amazing view to wake up to. Wow. So there's a shuttle again this morning at 7:30, which is going to take us back down to the docks so we can meet up with the ferry again. We've just had breakfast across the road, which was a little bit confusing. Trying to find it. Luckily last night we went out and tried to eat dinner there, but also got a little bit confused. I remember asking someone if it was the place we could have dinner, and her response was maybe. So it's time to go back down the stairs and onto the rickety golf cart minivan thing.
Good morning, I'm here too. I'm not thriving. He's the bag man. Ooh, I'm gonna try and not fall over whilst I am recording this. So you gotta get on the boat and you gotta take off your sheets. That's the process. Now we saw this one yesterday.
Can I say the same one?
Do you want to, or do you want to change?
It's our assigned seat.
It's our assigned seat. Good morning. I am now alive, feeling a bit more refreshed. We are on day 2 of our cruise. So on day 2, we're going from Pakbeng, where we spent overnight, all the way down the river, and we're going to end in Luang Prabang. So we started sailing about 9 o'clock this morning, and we're not going to get to Luang Prabang until 4:30 this afternoon. We have a couple of stops on the way. We should be seeing a cave temple and another village, and that's our day. So we thought to break up our day a little bit more, we'll take you on a little tour of our boat. We have our shoe storage. No shoes allowed on the boat, see? And then coming through, this is where our luggage is stored.
I recognise these suitcases.
And here is a place where you can sit nicely down. You can come up there. You can lie down. You go down the steps to the seating area where I usually sit for the whole journey basically, and it's where we eat and just chill. And then this is the bar area. Hopefully you can hear me. So this is where we get our food from when they serve a buffet lunch, and also you can buy some soft drinks and some alcoholic beverage. But tea, coffee and water is all provided on this trip. Coming past the bar, we're going to go up past the toilets, which are modern toilets. They flush, they're great, they're clean, can't complain. made it to our first stop of the day. And this is a cave temple. I'm a bit out of breath because I was quite steep and it's quite hot. So let me skip to some B-roll whilst I catch my breath. Exists because during the Laotian War / the Vietnam War, they would hide their statues in temples to save them from the bombings, and because a lot of temples and statues were destroyed, they put loads of statues in the temples. We also learnt that the Buddhas are gold usually because it represents money and it's like a donation to the temple, which is also why you get emerald and sapphire Buddhas as well, because it's like a, what's it called? You know, like, let's say a donation. I have a word in my head I'm thinking of. Trust that I've got a good word in my head.
So the next step is to climb up the side of the mountain, or hill probably. He said there's what, 220 stairs all the way up to the top, and then there's another temple up there, so we're heading up to the top now.
Be surprised by the end of this if you don't see sweat dripping off my face.
I'm already there.
You're already there?
Don't point that at me.
I'm okay at the moment. It's shady here, so it's not like yesterday when we were in the full blown sun, but it's still hot.
We're about 280 steps in. I've come from all the way down there. The path kind of snakes around the side of the mountain, hill probably. I'm now bringing up the back of the group, but that's okay. And the top. How are you feeling?
Sweaty.
Sweaty, as if we weren't already sweaty. It looks like there's a little bit more. This is just like a rest stop area at the top, I think, or people are saying a little way shrine. So, yeah, up here is the temple proper. It's an interesting Buddha. Where is he? Cave, the upper temple on this this hill, cliff, mountain, probably cliff, and I imagine it's very echoey in here on the camping-fire.
Yes, I think.
Super echoey. Yeah, we are in the dark. It's amazing how you go from the heat and the humidity outside, and then as soon as you're inside the cave, it's just like a wall of cool air. So that is pretty nice. We're just coming back onto the boat after the first excursion of the day, up to the cave, and ice cold towels. Pretty needed.
Honestly, this is my favourite part about paying for this cruise, is these towels. It's so, look, it's frozen. It's frozen.
So we're here at stop number 2.
It's more stairs.
Right. More stairs. And a village at the top, and I can see some shade, which is amazing because the sun is glaring down on us. And the heat is unrelenting today.
That wasn't so bad getting up here.
Not as many steps as last time. Only, what, 50-ish? What are we doing here?
We are here to try whiskey / rice wine.
Whiskey. We believe it's this Lao version of sake or soju or baijiu, vodka,
He said the name for it.
moonshine. He said Laojiu? Which makes sense. So I think it is just Lao grain alcohol, the classic.
This is, I will show you how to make the rice wine.
This is the rice that they're leaving out to dry, or leaving out to ferment. It's completely uncovered as well, so I guess that adds to the flavour. But then it's boiled and cleaned after this, so this is just the first step. It doesn't get much more rustic than mud floors, tin ceilings, and whiskey being fermented in plastic bins. And then, I don't know if, well, and then as you can see, this is just a metal barrel that somebody's welded a spout onto to make a sill. It's just been dug into the kind of the mud floor to make space for the fire. Do they do different things, the scorpion and the snake, or both the same?
The same.
The same. I love that you can go to the most remote spots in the world and there'll still be someone making alcohol.
Yeah.
If there's something that ferments in the area, there's probably some kind of grain alcohol being made.
So we tried 3.
Yes.
The purple one, the yellow one, the clear one. And they went up in percentages. So the last one was 50%. I don't know the percentage of the other 2.
I think less than that.
Less, yes.
Yeah.
What was your favourite one?
I like the clear one. It just reminds me of Chinese, like baijiu.
Okay.
It just reminds me of rice wine, and I've got good associations with that. So to me, it's nice.
It burns.
It doesn't taste good. It's just that, you know.
I think
It's nice.
the nicest tasting one was the first one.
Yeah, yeah. I think you could sip that
Yeah, you
with
can
ice.
sip that. Yeah, you don't need to have
Pretty good.
anything with it.
Obviously, we had it at room temperature, which is like 32 degrees.
It was like, well, so soju, you meant to have sake. Sake, you meant to have was a bit hot anyway.
Yeah, I think the first 2 kind of tasted a bit like sake, actually.
Yeah,
You say it. It's got more of that like porridgey, more of that ricey flavour to it.
Sorry.
Less of that like chemically burny flavour that you get from the really
Yeah.
clarified spirits. Is that what they're called?
Strong spirits. Alcohol-y. Alcohol. Also, just sorry, I would keep talking about how hot we are, but like look at the sweat that is just real glistening.
And now into the village. So believe it or not, that tiny staircase is the way off the boat and our final destination. Say goodbye to the boat. Bye boat. Come on, focus. This is weird. What's this all about? So we made it to the hotel.
Are you out of breath?
I am out of breath. Take a big breathe in before I start speaking.
The last bit, after the tour bits, everything happened very quickly. So it only took us like 15-20 more minutes. No, maybe what was that, half an hour? Maybe?
Yeah, half an hour.
To get to Luang Prabang. Then we got off the boat. Then we were straight up the stairs onto the minibus. And then he was like, oh, it's going to take half an hour to get to the Luang Prabang, like, city centre. I don't think it took. I think it took like 20 minutes. It was pretty quick.
Pretty fast. But overall, it was a super smooth experience. I think, considering it was door to door,
Door to door, thank
through
God.
border control, up a river, overnight in another place, it was pretty quick and pretty easy.
Yeah, everything was so smooth. Our guide was really helpful. The border crossing was so smooth. The boat was so smooth. The food was really good. The tour bits were included, and I think it was worth the money. Actually, I'm really glad we did it that way.
Yeah, I think the tour bits that you said, it were a nice bonus to have. I think even if you weren't interested in the tour bits, you could just sit on the boat while everyone goes off, and that would be fine. They're not needed to really make the value worth it. It's worth it without that. So.
Yeah, I agree. It's just nice to have a bit of a break when you've been sitting on a boat for like 6 hours. Then it's nice to get off and walk. Is it nice to get off?
Is it nice to get off and walk? It's really hot.
Retract.
To be fair, if you sat on the boat, you'd probably cook.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
Yeah, the boat doesn't have any fans or air conditioning on it. It's just the fact that it's moving.
Yeah, when you're on the river, it's fine. Like if you get enough breeze that you don't really worry or think about the air conditioning or lack thereof. It's just when it stops, it gets hot.
Yeah, and when you first get on the boat before it started moving, then you can really feel how just hot and humid it is. But the weather changes, that might not be a problem for you.
Yeah, and also everyone we travelled with was really nice, really chatty. There were 2 families. Yeah, 2 families, another couple and us. And people just like would chat.
Yeah.
And that made the journey a lot nicer. And yeah, I would recommend it. Okay, here's my 2 pennies worth.
Okay.
So, I see a lot of things online that is like, you need to do the slow boat and you need to do it. Like, I find that there's a kind of a mentality that if you don't make traveling kind of as hard as it can be, or like a way that is like,
if you don't choose the hardest option.
Thank you. Yeah. Then you're not doing it properly. And part of me when we were booking this tour was like, oh, should we be doing the slow boat? Like, should we be doing it kind of the more difficult way, the more traditional, like, backpackery way? But, do you know what, it took so much stress out for me. And I think for me, it was worth having less stress, because I get quite anxious on travel dates anyway. Yeah. And having a lot of the things that would have made me really stressed taken out was worth preserving my sanity. Was worth the price, I think.
I think that's everything we need to say here. If anyone's got any questions or anything else you want to know about this experience, again, please feel free to reach out. We love hearing that people have watched the media content we're making.
We're trying to get better.
Yeah. So please do reach out, and also sometimes if you've got questions about it, if there's something you wanted to know that didn't show up in this video, then again, reach out, ask the questions. It's fresh in our minds. So. And
we will link the tour company that we booked this through down below.
We will, and we'll do a little write-up about the main points as well.
Yes. Alright, thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit that bell notification for more of us if you are...
if you want it. And if you don't,
that's fine. Alright, thank you very much. Goodbye.